Well, are men and women equal? That is the topic today. And to answer it real quick, no, we're not equal. We're very different. We're very different. Are salt and sugar equal? No, they're not equal. They're very different. But this is the topic today, brought to us again by Leslie Vernick, one of the top female Christian counselors in the USA, at least according to Google. She's one of the top ones. And in answering this question of whether or not men and women are equal, here's what Leslie has to say. Let's go to it here.
That's how it is. That's how it's been. That's how it will continue to be. When God created marriage in the Garden of Eden, he created man and women to be equal partners. He didn't say to Adam, now Adam, you shall rule over Eve, and Eve shall just do your beck and call. He didn't say that.
So he didn't say that. He didn't say that men and women are to be equal partners. He didn't say, Eve, you're supposed to be at Adam's beck and call. And that's true. He didn't say that. Here's what he did say in Genesis 2:18. The Lord God said, it is not good for the man to be alone, so I will make a helper suitable for him. So the woman is to be and is the helper to the man. That's Genesis chapter 2. So are men and women equal in the sight of God? Of course. Of course, we are both equal in the sight of God. We are made in the image of God. So if that is what you mean by being equal partners, whatever, yes, we're equal. We're both made in the image of God. Let's listen on, though. Let's listen on to what Leslie has to say here.
Actually, as a result of the fall, as a result of them choosing sin over trusting God, that was the outcome. So your desire shall be for your husband, woman. You shall become a husband-centered woman instead of a God-centered woman. Not as God's plan, but as the result of the fall, you shall.
So, as a result of the fall, now this is important. As a result of the fall, the woman shall become a husband-centered woman. I mean, she shall be centered on him and not centered on God. Not true. Not true. Not true. That is not true. Before the fall, before sin entered into the world, before everything was messed up, the woman was created to be the helper to the man. Now Paul, the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 9 says, this again, same things, New Testament, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. The woman was created for the man. Why? Genesis chapter 2, she was created as the helper. So are men and women equal? No. We're very different. We're very different. We're both equal in the sight of God, of course. Yes, no Christian person that I've ever heard, theologian, pastor, whatever. I've never heard anybody disagree with that. But equal, I guess equal in what sense? Like, besides that, equal in what's it physically? Are we equal in physically? No, we're not equal physically. I mean, men on average, and even not on average, are stronger than most all women, right? We keep seeing this more with transgender people in sports. I mean, and now the women are starting to complain about that. And I'd complain too if I was a female athlete, honestly. Intellectually, are we equal intellectually? Well, on average, men and women are, fairly equal. But there are many more male geniuses than there are female geniuses. And then on the flip side of that, there's many more male psychopaths in prison than there are females. So are we equal? Well, no, not really. I mean, they're very different. It's very different there. But then let's hit on this idea of equal partners. Equal partners. Leslie really, she honed in on that. We are equal partners in marriage. I think she was meaning. We're equal partners in marriage. Never mind about Genesis 1. Never mind about 1 Corinthians 11. We are equal partners in marriage. But the interesting thing about that is I think if you would ask any woman, I've actually asked my wife this too. If you ask any woman, ideally what she wants in her equal partner, I mean, they'll pretty much tell you no. They don't want an equal partner. And here's why. Here's why. Let me explain that. I know maybe right off you say, come on. If you would ask a woman, ideally, if she would like a man, her man, to be, if she would desire, if she would be attracted to, if she would like a man to be taller than her, of course, she's going to say yes. Of course, she wants a guy that's taller than her. Almost all women want that. Does she want a man that's stronger than her? Yes. Almost all women want a man that's stronger than they are. Does she want a man that makes more money than her? Yes. Almost all women want a man that makes more money than they do. Does she want a man that's more confident than she is? Yes. Almost all women want a man that's more confident than they are. Does she want a man that's more competent than she is? Meaning, can he do things that she can't do? Can he fix things? Is he competent, skilled, doing things? Yes. Almost all women want a man who's more competent than they are. And so in those 5 categories, then, most all women are going to want a man like this. And so you're fundamentally not describing someone who is your equal. You're fundamentally describing something that you desire, that's your superior. And so how are you going to have an equal partnership then with somebody who you desire, who you want, who is a superior? Now this is what we call the feminist paradox. It's kind of the feminist paradox. Well, to my fellow patriarchs out there, what do you think of this? Give me a like, subscribe, give me a comment. I need some comments down here. Give me a comment on what you think of this. Christ is winning. He is building his church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Until next time, this is the Post-Millennial Man.